Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Ain't no problem.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
ain't no ball like me.
Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh, Shri Krishna. Oh, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna. Oh my God. Whew. Stoned again, man. Oh wow. Transcendental beetle nut. Hare Krishna, Hare. Gonna get high. This is the way to do it, man. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Professional mode, pop mode, host mode.
All right, we'll read a little bit here. What happened there? What happened? Oh, it's on here. Sorry. Yeah, hello there, everybody. What a great treasure this name is, man. There's so much happiness in it. So nice to see River. She was reading in ecstasy. Did you see? Amazing, man. Just really enjoy it. Yeah. I mean, it's so nice. I see that devotees, many of them get happier, more and more. That means you're getting the spiritual potency. It's the only real happiness in this world, And so nice to see that. Go beyond just, just material dualities, get into the spiritual bliss. It's Garden of Eden, man. Vrindavan, this is a bliss relishing, this blissful potency forever. Yeah, it gets stronger and stronger. It's amazing. So anyway, I'll read the little things. I'm really enjoying reading these transcriptions of Prabhupada. Really, yeah. We'll go to that in a minute. We'll just try this out a little bit here. This is Sri Padmavali, which is a compilation of different verses. Auspicious introduction. This Padmavali, anthology of poetry, was written by devotees, expert in the mellows of devotional service. This book contains many beautiful verses, which have been collected for the pleasure of the devotees. It illuminates the darkness of ignorance, and it is an ocean of transcendental bliss. It illuminates the darkness of ignorance, and is an ocean of transcendental. See, both the words illuminates the ignorance. We act and feel in ignorance, ignorant things that make us feel unhappy and dumb, stupid. All of this is ignorance. Okay? And this transcendental bliss is real. That comes from transcendental words. Okay? Yeah. To Sri Krishna, whose eyes are beautiful as lotus flowers. To Sri Krishna, whose eyes are as beautiful as lotus flowers, who delights in playing the flute, who delights in playing the flute, who drinks the nectar of Radha's lips, and who is garlanded with forest flowers, I offer my respectful obeisances. So what is self-realization? Is this? To Sri Krishna, whose eyes are beautiful as lotus flowers. When you can relate to this, who delights in playing the flute. Okay? When you chant Hare Krishna, that's how it is when you chant these verses like this. Do you delight in the flute playing? Being played by Krishna, it's almost like you're playing the flute, Yeah, it's so fun. So do you delight in playing that flute? Do you delight in chanting the holy name? Do you delight in chanting these verses? So who's playing the flute? Is it Krishna or is it you? Is it the devotees? It's hard to know. But you can relate to it now. It's like, yeah, I think I'm playing that flute. You're absorbed in the transcendental qualities of playing the flute. It's the Lord playing it, but it's fun to play like your father. This is what Jesus meant. He says, first the Father does, then the Son does. But it's so simultaneous, you can't. It's not like, well, the Father does, and then there's a lag in time. No, it's all at once. That's in being in line. There he is, Bhakti-tama. That's right. Hey, can we get another one up? Can we get Shamagori? Can we get Amy? Can we get Christina? We can get them all up here, man. Hey, I got 10 slots here. 5 more. Come on. Get up here. Show yourselves. If you can. Yeah. May Lord Hari's eyes, which lovingly gaze on the devotees, which rival the splendor of the blue lotuses. See, you lovingly gaze on the devotees. That's why I keep encouraging people. You got to see, when the devotees are taken over by Krishna, the gaze of Krishna comes on you from the devotees. Okay? It comes through the devotees. So you want to be seen by the devotees. Ask Tom, he knows this is good, right? Makes a big difference. Be seen by the devotees. This is your blessing, man. How eager are you? You want this? Be seen by the devotees. Very important. That you get the loving gaze of Krishna. We need it, man. Yeah. See, this has to be in life. See, otherwise it's just poetry in a book. It's living. And the Lord does this through the devotees. How do you think Rupa Goswami is writing this? He's experiencing this. There's no other way to write such poetry. on which the yogis meditate to attain auspiciousness. May Lord Hari's eyes, which lovingly gaze on the devotees, which rival the splendor of the blue lotuses, on which the yogis meditate to attain auspiciousness, and which are two great oceans of handsomeness, and which fill Radha's eyes with the nectar of love, quell for you the sufferings of material world. May Lord Hari's form, on which the devotees lovingly gaze, which rivals the splendor of blue lotuses. So some devotees actually gaze on the form, the deity, or on the form and the name. That's also a form of Krishna. Yeah, it's my preferred. I like that form. Yeah. Lovingly gaze on the form. See the devotees. Yeah. So the Lord gazes on the devotees, and the devotees gaze lovingly on the form. See, this is reciprocal. It doesn't seem the Lord doesn't. Lord only glanced at the material energy to get it working. That's just a quick glance, and boom, it goes for billions of years. Gives it energy to go, but but the Lord lovingly gazes on the devotees. Devotees lovingly gaze on the Lord. See, that's why we spend our time doing that. See? This is called spontaneous devotion. This is why it's very special. You'll never get good enough to do that. You have to just get the mercy, man. Go ahead.
What about gazing about the words?
Yeah, same. It's a form of the Lord. Yeah. The word, the name, the pastimes, the qualities, all forms of the Lord. See, that's why it's called the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His person with these transcendental attributes. Yeah. Matter of fact, okay, this is a good lead-in to this one. This is a lecture from Prabhupada. So Prabhupada says, how to make progress in Bhakti Yoga, or Bij Niraham. I have explained several times. Let's just take this off here.
Thanks for using.
So Prabhupada says, how to make progress in Bhakti Yoga. This is not starting and stopping now, right? Is it going continuously? Yeah, good. Look who we got here, Amy, the waitress. Yeah, we needed a waitress here. Waitress is a fantastic job. Yeah. Thank you for coming, Amy. That's awesome. Okay, so let's read a little bit of this Prabhupada's purport here. So, this is his class. When is this? This is 7th Canto. This is September 15th, 1971. So what I like about transcendental literature, it never gets hackneyed. It's always eternal. So, you never have to go to the bookstore and buy another book. This is, anything devotees speak about, you can relish. This way you can relish, you give them, you chant their glories, give them pranams and all this. It's just always full of life, real life, real life. Because this is we're being trained how to make the Lord happy. The Lord likes to gaze on his devotees. That's what you're doing when you offer pranams to your guru and to the acharyas. You're gazing lovingly on the devotees, on the devotees, just like the Lord. See, that's family. This is a family affair. The Lord does it, you do it. There you go. You're part of the family. Yeah, isn't it nice? I like this. This is great. It's a family affair. So, to make progress in Bhakti Yoga, or Bijam Naryam, see, and this interesting, Bhakti Yoga and Bijam Barinam. Bija is interesting how he explains it here. I've explained several times. Bija Narayam, there is Bija, the propensity for lording over the material nature, resources. That is the Bija of materialistic life. See, this is what creates the world. This is what maintains the world, and this is what destroys the world. See, these persons, they're servants of the material energy, and there's a propensity to create, to maintain for a time, and then to destroy. See, this is that cycle. It causes a cycle of birth. There's a bija, a propensity to do that. It's like a pushing. See, so that's the material bij. Okay? So that's what you see is the lording over the resources of the world. So you think, oh, this is gold, is so valuable. Let's lord it over. Let's go, stack it up. A family, yes. Let's have a big family. Let's have let's make up nice buildings and build stuff. Okay. And then that's usually like, I don't like it so much. Let's break it all down. There was actually a guru doing that, this in Vrindavan. He was a little crazy, but he had millions of followers. Millions. I can't believe it, man. The guy was but he was very audacious. He put himself on the altar as Krishna, and they put Radha next to him. And he built $1 billion temple there, and and everybody in Vrindavan thought this guy is not. He would build a temple and then break it down, build something, and he was always building it and breaking it up, and then building something up and he couldn't. He had this propensity strong, and there's a lot of strange things that happen in this world. So the devotees, when they awaken this bhakti, see, this is it. You get now a new pushing. Okay? This pushing is to serve Krishna's transcendental form. See, it's a new bij. See, bij means like propensity. You start to want to serve the transcendental name, pastimes, and qualities of the Lord. So you like to serve the Lord. This is a new propensity. And the inspiration, it's always feeling. People have that pushing to do this stuff in the world. It's material emotion. They want, makes them feel good. Wow, I built something, material. Yeah, I got a big family. I feel so good, but it's all material feeling, and it's limited. Okay. So the bij, to the bhakti, they call bhakti lada bij. This is what you get by being in a sangha like this, is the propensity to serve Krishna. And what is the payment? This is bliss, this transcendental happiness, right? I wouldn't be doing this unless I would get so ecstatic and blissful. Why would I spend the time to do this? The only people that can do it for a time, they're afraid of hell. This is that's why ultimately the Vaishnavas, unless you get this transcendental bij, it's transcendental, spiritual, then you're just doing it called materialistic Vaishnava. Materialistic, this is what we call religion. See, it's filled with material motives because you can't taste this transcendental bliss. This destroys the material bij. After a while, it's like, what do I want to go and build some big thing? It's so much work. See, when you're awakened, you have bhakti lada bij. Now you're part of the spiritual world. So what do? You're already awakened. So now what do? Well, you do what they do in the material world. In the spiritual world, they just maintain. See, there's no creation there. Nothing to create. It's just there already. All you do is maintain the spiritual world, and you maintain by just loving God, loving His name, relishing His name, relishing everything about Him and His devotees, and everything goes on. You go do the rasa. It's a dance now. And it says in Vrindavan, the talking is singing. The walking is dancing because of this meeting. See, everything becomes spiritualized. It's spiritual. Then it's just maintained. Like here, what are we doing? Are we creating anything here? No, we're dancing with the Lord. We're maintaining our spiritual life and having a great time doing that. Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun to maintain our lives? You know what I mean? Maintain our lives, relishing Krishna's name and pastimes and qualities. And it's fun. And this goes on and things happen. You see the devotees just starting to, their smiles get brighter and brighter, brighter, eyes get brighter and happier, happier. You know, all of a sudden people become more attractive. We start meeting people. All of a sudden we're meeting people. Didn't it go out? You know, all of a sudden we're just being ourselves and maintaining our spiritual lives. And other people say, hey, can we get in on this also? Right? Amy comes, Christina comes, you guys came. You know, I was just maintaining my life, man. I can't live without the Lord, you know, this transcendental Lord. Too good. It's a life. I'd disappear. It's not enough just to eat and sleep and do all that stuff. That was the beginning of my journey. I was sitting on these trains looking at the world, and I thought, what is this? It's just I'm living with zombies. You know, this 1970. I remember 1971 or so, 71, 72. Looking around, just living with zombies. You know, I was on a train, people sitting on the train, you know, going to work, coming home, you know, looking like zombies. I thought, what kind of life is this? I was depressed. And that's when I picked up Jesus's book and I got this new life, this Bhakti Bish. Hey, come on back there, Amy. Yeah. Sometimes you got to keep coming back and maybe later it'll start sticking. And that was it. That was the beginning of finding real life. Real life is loving God, man. You know, all and it developed into mellows. This is, you know, it's fantastic. Okay, let's see here. So how to become a great personality within the material world? See, that's the thing. People, this is why you see these persons have strong propensity to become a great personality even. This is why these are the leaders. And the Lord says, oh, you want to be a great, you think there's life in that? Okay, here you go. Work for it, though. Oh, man, you got to work to be president. You got to be wealthy. It takes a lot of work and energy. And then you make it. Okay, you're a great personality. You have all these foolish people that's also in the Maya worshiping you. You know, like this movie, the devil comes in the movie and says to this person who's just nothing. He's a nobody, but he wants to be somebody. And the devil says, oh, it's very easy. I'll make you somebody. So he takes him into a club, and he walking through the club. The guy has nothing. He's nothing special. And everybody clapped. Oh, so-and-so has come today. That's these guys. These guys are nothing special, especially not to devotees. To themselves, they're special, and to the world, you know, to the masses of slaves, they're special. See, this is the illusion. People chasing after that stuff. See, that's the thing. The devotees, they get involved in the specialness of God because they feel I'm nothing special, but you know, you're special. You know, so wonderful just to love the Lord. You know, you're so amazing. You have so much compassion. Your devotees have so much compassion because they're also meditating on you, and your qualities are in them. Therefore, I take shelter of the devotees, of real devotees, because your qualities are in them, and they're the only thing worthy to associate with, because this gets me out of the material mindset. It gets me out of the material propensities, is to be with devotees. Isn't that kind of the way, simple truth? You know, just with people that the Lord is inside, living. What good is it to be with everybody that's, you know, in the world, and they're in God, but God is not in them, not awakened. Boring, man. Boring. You see, you go out there and people are just thinking about the world and they got the worldly propensity. And ours is being put out. This Bhakti Lata Bij does everything. It puts out that material fire. You get no fire, no passion to do. You go and build big things and all that stuff. That's why a lot of Vaishnavas, the neophyte Vaishnavas are engaged in building big temples because they don't have this yet. They got this propensity to build stuff. So even the Vaishnavas, they, okay, build a big temple, external temple. Yeah. Here, the temple is already, when, Bhakti Lata Bij, it's a gift, man. It just awakens. And, there's Krishna. Now, what do? Are we building anything? No, we just maintain the temple. And automatically, it just builds automatically, just grows. It's like a plant, just grows through maintaining the Lord. It's just like a baby. It's spontaneous, automatic. It's no difference. What do you do with a baby, a child? The child is, they're there. And what do? You make them grow? No, you just maintain it. Give them milk, right? And it just starts growing spontaneously. What do you think Krishna's doing in our hearts here? We just keep giving food. And he just gets bigger, stronger. He starts to live through us, as us. Take over the whole thing, the body snatcher. He's a transcendental body snatcher. That's what do you think the Rakshasa marriage is? He comes and snatches his wife. I just take her. Ever see that movie, The Body Snatchers? See, but those are the aliens. They come inside. These are like ghosts, and seeing a lot more of that. There's a lot of takeovers. So I say, watch out for that thing because, whew. Not a good thing. Yeah. The temple in Mayapur to fulfill the dream of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. No, that ain't his real dream. No. The dream of Bhaktivinoda Thakur is our bodies to be the temple of the Lord. That's the dream. Otherwise, it's just this building temples and big things have been same old. The Lord didn't come here for that. The Lord came to make our bodies a temple, to give us this gift. And your body is the temple of the Lord. Oh my God, and my God, and then our responsibility, the ability to respond is to help others realize this. You don't need, look at it, they're breaking the temples now. They're closing them up. You notice that? You'll see Mayapur temple will probably be locked shut because this is here now. Here. Otherwise they go, the temple's closed. I can't go to our temple doesn't close because it's here. Yeah, I just opened my mouth, chant Hare Krishna, and the temple of the bells are ringing. The flowers are coming down. The joyful kirtan is happening. Okay, they build an external. This is for the neophytes. That's why Bhaktivinoda didn't express externally to others. And Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, yeah, okay, you're not ready. Just build these big temples. Hey, look what you see there. You've been to those big temples. There's a lot of people come, same old. They come there, usher in, and give their little things, and they build, making lots of money there. Right? You should go see all the coins that they have stacked up from the people putting their little coins in there. All these rupees. I mean, I'm telling you, man, this is the temple. I mean, okay, you can, think you want to do those kind of external dreams. Yeah, great, fine. This is for neophytes. Maybe that's why Prabhupada thought, wow, man, we got somebody here, here to awaken the temples in everybody. Here, awaken your temple. Give you this, and isn't this much better? You're not dependent on some external thing, some external temple, external ceremony, external, oh, I got to see that fire, in the guy offering that. Otherwise, my day is not good. No, I got to see my fire in the heart. Go ahead there. What?
This one you keep in wherever you go. Every moment of the day, you have your temple with you. It's so simple.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just doesn't float my boat. These external things, I've seen these things. I've seen the temples of Bhaktisiddhanta empty, and just a few bell ringers there, acharyas. Well, they're no acharyas. They got no life in the temples. They're ringing the bell. They take their prasadam, and they're like ghost towns. I'm telling you, man, no life. There ain't no real dream. This is for neophytes. Building a big temple, the thing is sinking. Huge temple, all that money. Okay, you're neophyte. You don't understand this. That's why they don't come here. They don't think, well, that ain't of value. We got to build something big. Hey, man, we got the big thing already. We got the big man and woman. Can't get anything bigger than that. I've seen these things. They're just buildings now. You need the spirit to house it. If you got a bunch of people, like Vaishnavas in a temple, then it becomes fine. They got life in there, but it's because of the devotees. Not because of the temple. You can have a lot of dead people in the temples. That's what I've seen, Bhakti Siddhanta, you could see. I look at the generation thing. If the birds don't have this life, this bhakti, they're just no low life, man. Look at all the life you get. We awaken more people here. You'll see more and more people will come here, just connect, just feel the life. This is life, speaking life into the world. Speaking truth into the world. People are speaking lies into the world, which becomes truth, but it's lies. And people accept this truth and stay weak and dumb and ignorant. This is the whole thing. We speak truth into the world as it is and distinguish it from the lies. And then people take shelter of the truth and get life and feel energy. Go ahead, Tom.
Yes. A lot of people, they are offering fake safety. Yes, so we have to distinguish the fake safety from the real safety. They attract people in their association, saying, yes, here you're safe, but it's a fake safety. We have to distinguish what is the real liberation, what is the real safe position. And I found it has to do with thinking about Krishna.
Yes. That's the safe position. Yeah, it's like Jesus said. Jesus says, don't be concerned about those who can kill the body, but those who can kill the soul. And how the soul is never killed, right? But the way you stop it from having life is you stop it from getting the truth. Just like if people come here and they start to feel the life. They're like, wow, this is really great. And then they have a guru, and they go to their guru and they say, wow, I went and listened to Gaur-Hari, and I start to feel this really, like I'm enlivened. And the guru says, what are you doing there? The guy's in Maya, blah, 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 blah. And then you lose your faith in your own experience. I've seen this so many times. Okay? Jesus commented on this. The same thing happens. It always happens. He said, you Pharisees, you don't come into the kingdom of God, which is the devotee is the kingdom of God, man. Their word is the kingdom of God. Their ecstasy is the kingdom of God. You found the kingdom of God. You found the door to the kingdom of God when you find a real bona fide spiritual master, my friends. You find, you go, that's the door. And if somebody says, oh, that's not the door, come over here to my dry discourses, because I have no faith in real life. So come and listen to my death talks. So Jesus says, you block the way for yourselves. You don't go in, and then you don't let anybody else in who listens to you. They believe you. You block their faith in the truth, in life. Here is life, man. Anybody come in here, man, you're gonna come alive. You're gonna feel it. See, River yelling again. She gave a great purport on the yelling here. I thought that was cute. Gohar, he yells a lot, but it's actually good because we're in darkness. The Lord was roaring right in that past time. Roar! He just roars.
We are deaf. We are deaf.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see what else what other goal we can get here. So yeah. So how to become a great personality within the material world. So the people, that's why they become gurus. You see, that goes on in religion. That's why Vaishnavism is still religion. They want to be a great personality. I want to be a big guru. Well, I want followers. I want respect. I want honor. You think you can just get rid of that? No, it has to be put out. How? Well, those persons or their followers first, which will probably happen, is they have to come here and they have to have a higher taste, which is being given here. You get a taste for this bhakti and it starts to realize personally, wow, this is better than this false honor. I don't deserve it. I don't even deserve this, but this is being given because this is real. This is Lord Chaitanya's mission, is to give undeserved mercy. And this is a better taste than having false honor. These gurus don't deliver unless you have real, you're in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line? You're a guru and a head, and you don't have pure love of God awakened? You think you deserve honor? You deserve followers to follow you into the kingdom of Vrindavan, which you can't take them? You deserve obeisances, and you don't have the spiritual potency? That's false, Acharya, false guru. The high standard here, man. What about you, Gohar? Well, hey, man, I just came for the undeserved mercy. That Lord is here. And prove it every day. The bliss is here. Satchidananda is here. Not because I deserve it, because it's here. And I just grab it. I taste it. I relish it. I live on it. It is my food. Is that loud enough there, River? Yell loud enough? More? Yeah. And then it puts out, it's like I look at that undeserved. I see people go for the undeserved honor. I go for the undeserved mercy of love of God. Why go for the undeserved honor? All it does is give you another birth, and misleads and misunderstands and all that stuff. Go for the undeserved mercy. It's much better, man. It's eternal. Gets you out of the cycle of birth and death. And that's here, man. If people don't accept this preaching, they will take another birth, because that ain't it, man. Being a false acharya, false guru. And if there's one in there that has real love of God, they'll say, Gohar is saying the right thing. But if you're saying that this is the wrong preaching, you're one of those. Why listen over there when this is available, man? The door is open. We'll bust all your ignorance, man. All those things you believed in that don't work. This preaching works. We proved it, and we'll prove it again and again and again. It's the truth, man. So simple. When you get the mercy, then you can also do like this. You're not here to make one acharya for next 10,000 years, and make many acharyas, just like Lord Chaitanya did. It's a revival now. Not holding back. Oh, no, there's no shows. I'm sorry, we can't show you what love of God is. Therefore, that's why nobody understands it yet. But now they do. Why? Because it's a show. It's a showtime. Showtime. I like that word. Showtime. Time to find out what is love of God. Well, look at Lalita Ganga every day. Look at River now. That's what is love of God. Go look at the devotee. Look, find out what is love of God, my friends. It's the most precious substance in this world. And they're picking it up every day. They're miners, intelligent miners, going in with their shovels. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That's the shovel. Even Lord Chaitanya says it was a shovel. Shoveling up the gold. Tasting, it's like ice cream, man. Isn't it? The chanting is like tasting like this, like better than ice cream. It's like amazing, man. You get life just chanting the Lord's name. You fill up with, just like filling up, man, with real life, real pure life.
Ice cream with spot.
With what?
Ice cream with spot.
With what?
Intoxicating.
Yeah. Ice cream with a little Mary Jane with putt. Yeah. What could be wrong with this? And it works. That's the whole thing. Yeah. All right. What else? The Bhakti Yoga is just the opposite. Here, everyone is trying to become greater than the other. Yeah, you see, and that's why religion, ultimately, you have to abandon. But you have to abandon for something better. That's why you can't do it until you find something better. See, everybody is trying to be better, bigger. I want to be a big guru, and then I'm better than you. Oh, I'm a big Brahmin. I'm more knowledge than you. See, this is the opposite. See, the bigger and better is already there. The bigger and better is the Lord. He's the bigger and better. And, and to relish that, to relish his greatness, to relish his sweetness, to relish his love. See, this is his love, in the form of Radha's love. He is the God. Twin divinity. It's Krishna. Even Krishna's name contains Radha in there. Krishna. Krish is the absolute truth, and Na is the pleasure, spiritual pleasure. Radha. You could just chant Krishna with the right understanding, and you doesn't even at the wrong understanding. Doesn't matter. Eventually, you'll understand Radha and Krishna. Devotion to Krishna. That's self-realization. That's who you need to find. That association. That's guru. That's devotee. Real devotee in this world. They're rare right now. We're making it unrare now. Because all you need is one to keep lighting candles. Doom, doom, doom. And then all these candles are lit and they make more. See? And then those make more. This is how it works. He just, the guru lights a candle, and then the candle lights other candles. Why not? You're lit. You got some fire, man. Got some truth in there. The Lord shows you stuff, and you show others. You see, what did Jesus say? Only the Father knows the Son. See, now the Father knows you. He likes you guys. He associates with you more and more. You notice? And only the son or the daughter, knows the Father. You guys know the Father, right? You got a relationship now. And the son, the daughters can reveal that Father to whom they choose. So you got this responsibility now. Anybody that you choose to share with and they choose to hear, there you go. You just saved a soul, because everybody's listening to Maya out there. Even in religion, they're listening to people who can't deliver them. Now you can deliver. My students can deliver the people in this world more than 1,000 of those gurus out there. And I'm not exaggerating. They don't even know where to go. You know where to go. You went in the door eating the transcendental grass, and therefore you have something to say. You can point the way. You can share truth that you hear that they don't hear. They're not hearing Prabhupada. If they did, they wouldn't be doing what they did. They didn't hear him yet. That's why I say, people have studied the Bhagavatam, have already proven. They studied the Bhagavatam, then they come here, and now they understand it. They need to hear it. They think they understand it. That's why they make checklists. You don't need to make any checklists. It's right there in the Bhagavatam. What is a real guru? You don't need that checklist. That's all something else. It's something more mundane. It's like, oh yeah, you can study your way to be a bona fide spiritual master. No. You got to have the mercy. You got to be empowered by Krishna, and when that's here in this world, people that have the intelligence that are really looking will see that. This person's empowered. He's not just speaking memorized verses. There's realization there. There's real bhakti there. Oh, that's what I was looking for. It's simple. But if your heart is after something else, and I want to be an important person in this world, you won't see this. That's your blindness. See, that's why people are like that, and they come here because they want something else. Strong propensity. It's not strong enough, like Amy, you hear their story, people that come and say, yeah, I felt this inside. I really wanted this. Krishna knows that and sends people like that here, and then they feel the life, because that's what they want. They want that life. See, they want to be reconnected, reunited, and marry God. We're just marriage makers here. They just marry people off to the Lord. Yeah. Hey man. And then you relate to the Lord. It's up to you what you do. Because the Lord will, you guys decide with God. Every day you just do your bhajan, and it'll become clear, what to do. You play with God. He's just looking for friends, right? What does he do in Vrindavan? He's playing with his boyfriends and girlfriends, right? They're playing with him. This is the Garden of Eden, man. This is Vrindavan. This is why the devotees, they released from all these hard things in the world. Hard sadhanas. You got to chant 1 lakh a day. Look at this. I get all these titles. I don't chant no 1 lakh a day. I don't even know how many I chant. I'm just what I am, Doesn't matter. I got this mercy is good enough. Even 1 particle of it is so good. So powerful. Yeah, river is the best. Yeah, I still get burned by those candles. Yeah, okay. All right, let's see here. What else we got here? But Bhakti Yoga is so nice. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches, Gopi Bharatu Pada Kamala or Dasa Dasanas Das Anudas. Madhya-lila 1380, Das Anudas. Servant of the servant of the servant. The more you become servant of the servant, the more you advance. And that is the secret here, my friends. The servant of a servant, but real servant. Not fake one, not a misunderstood one, that is not understanding what it is to be a servant. You got to be a servant of a servant. That's the disciplic line. See, the servant of the servant. See, Prabhupada was the servant of Bhaktisiddhanta, but he had the mercy of the lines. He had love of God, devotion. That's the kind of servant you got to serve. That's what I see even practically. Not those are well. I'll just represent, like artificially or ecclesiastically, being a servant of a servant in the line. See, in the line, no. There's the transcendental guru makes transcendental disciples who become transcendental gurus who makes transcendental disciples. That's the intact line. Otherwise, it becomes mundane. And mundane teachings come through. Then the line is kinked, right? Then that's that servant of a servant. People need to understand it. You're only practicing being servants of those who are not transcendentally situated yet. You need to find those who are because then when you serve the transcendental potency, then you really make progress. That's why they kind of stay more or less like they are. Memorize a few more verses, but what is this? See? But you see how fast people make advancement here. It's because they're a servant of the servant. Go ahead, Tom. What?
Yes. By memorizing those words, they think they are intelligent, but there is a higher intelligence. There is a higher intelligence than jhana. There's a higher intelligence, a deeper intelligence, more safe position than knowing jhana.
Yeah,
and that's the bhakti. That's the intimate safety.
That comes from taste. That comes from the Bhakti Lata Bij. That comes from the feeling. See, that's the taste. You taste the verses. You taste the word. See, you cannot speculate and taste the word. That's what people do. They think their speculations is the taste. No. Their tasty and it just keeps them on an intellectual platform. They think, oh, this is Krishna consciousness. No, it's not. You got to have devotion to Krishna. You got to have Bhakti Lata Bij and develop that. See, this is what we do. We water the Bhakti Lata Bij. It grows and we get more taste, right? Isn't that what I look at every day? Their taste is growing. The happiness is growing along with that because it's true happiness. Yeah, only this bliss is real happiness.
Yes, it's dangerous to stay in the fake safe position. It's dangerous to stay in the fake safe position. It's dangerous.
Yeah, well, you're always in danger when you don't have the shelter. I mean, you're under the rain of Maya, Here, we're under the shelter, right? We got the mushroom. Krishna picked up the Govardhan Hill. You got to find the devotee is able to do that too. The cowherd boys were also holding up with the sticks. That's us with the sticks holding up Govardhan Hill because the Lord empowers that. He's empowering this. He's empowering these words. He's empowering this bliss. Therefore, we can keep the shelter up for everybody. This is Sadhu Sangha. This is our temple. I don't need a bunch of walls and all that. So much energy, so much money you have to build. We got our side, just open the camera and boom, we're all in the room. You notice that? Look, Amy was telling you, she says, oh, I feel so inspired. Yeah, where's the physical temple? Didn't need it. Amy says, I'm certain I didn't just stumble upon you accidentally, but I am so grateful to have found you and this amazing place. Yeah, I mean, the Lord is showing her that this is a great place. It is. It's amazing. If you don't think this is a great place, you probably want something else. I just want to taste Krishna's name and, glorify the truth. What else is there to do in the world? Everybody's glorifying the illusion. I have by the grace of God, I have the propensity to glorify the truth. I love it, man. It gives me life and I give life through the word to others. It gives me life and also whoever else likes this life. See, that's why we become like a friendship, family, community of people who like life, right? Look at Govinda. See, he feels a life in there. It's a life in these words. Gives me life, gives you guys life. So we're in the same, because the Lord he's working in all this. Yeah. But Bhakti Yoga is so nice, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us. Gopi Bharta, okay, I read that. Okay. Servant of the servant. The more you become servant of the servant, the more you advance. Yeah. And that's how you feel it automatically. The advancement comes, and then you're engaged also in the direct service of the Lord that way. Otherwise, if you don't serve the servant, see, a lot of people, they still need more shiksha. They came with Prabhupada, and they're all neophytes, and they don't understand Prabhupada. Well, they're serving him and all this, and then he disappears, and then because they didn't make it to the transcendental platform, all these bijas of name and fame and desire to be on. See, so people are serving people like that, generally. You cannot, don't tell me you can purely serve Krishna and Prabhupada and all that without tasting this bhakti. No way. You got to taste something. If you don't taste this, you're going to taste, and you become guru, you're going to taste pride, you're going to taste name and fame. You got to taste something. We're jiva. You got to get some enjoyment. What are you going to do when you're a big guru with thousands of disciples, but you can't taste this ecstatic bliss? What are you going to do? You're going to taste what you get there by that position, right? It's just like a person, you won the lottery, like millions of dollars, but you don't know how to use that money. You're just in the bad habits of the world. What do you get all this money? What do you do with it? You go out there and destroy yourself. Have you seen that? I've seen this. People get a lot of money, they lose it all, or they destroy them, get into drugs and all these things. What do you think's going to happen? You become Guru Dev, and people think you're taking them to Vrindavan. And Guru Dev, you're so great. Maybe I am. No, you're not. Not until you taste this. Okay? The only thing protects this guy, is the taste. Because you guys, Bhakti Vedanta, you're so Paramahamsas and all this stuff. If I was, wow, this is so, it just doesn't, I just can't, this Bhakti is destroyed that. Oh, I don't need this. Okay? I just can't get any taste from that anymore. The Lord has destroyed my enjoyment of name and fame and being some big thing. This is so much better, so much. It just does simultaneously. I just wish I could get something out of it, but I can't. See, this is why you got to taste this a long time, and it keeps putting out that fire for the propensities, for the falsity of the world. The only reason that the guru or any of you will become great, you'll see it's because of the Lord and the Lord's grace. And it's so nice. It's so true. And you just go, yes, the Lord's grace, man. It's here, and he's using this fool. You always remain in that position of a fool, just naturally. Why would you fall? This all false. But if you don't taste this, you're going to naturally get swept up in that. Because Jiva has to taste pleasure. And there's pleasure in name and fame. There's some kind of pleasure, but it's, that's dangerous. You want danger? That's the head of the snake. Being a spiritual master is the head of the snake. It's not the tail in the churning. The Vishnu said, take the tail, man. Don't go to the head. See, the demons, they want to go to the head because they want to be important. See, they want to go in the front. One of these gurus, when I took initiate, was like that. He always wanted to be in front of Prabhupada. It's well known. You could always see him. He's always go in the front so everybody see him. See, this is you can't get that propensity diminished until you get this taste. Naturally, because the Prabhupada had these persons and appointed them this and that, and they really got into it. They thought, whoa, we're really important persons. See, and that develops. And then Prabhupada leaves and they develop more. And then you got all these people, oh, Gurudev, these guys are big false egos walking around. Oh, Gurudev, what can they do? Blind leading the blind, it's called. See, that's why both parties die materialistic Vaishnavas without being able to taste this grace. And if anybody is, oh, how dare you go, you're offensive to pure devotees, well, then you go and follow them. See where you go. You want to be stupid? Keep going following them. I found they were blocks to my progress. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember, I don't know where I read it, but it's intelligent to approach Krishna with the feet, not wanting to see his whole body or his head. Approach him by the feet. Start there.
Yeah,
not wanting to be an advanced devotee at the start. Yes, just start where it's functional. Start with the feet.
Well, because that's where the pleasure is serving the feet of, and you find that practically. Like I've had people, a few people come and they have this propensity to big teacher and they want to come and usurp the energy. That's what happened with Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta. Oh, and so I've had a few like that. They come and they want to take the energy so they can become a great teacher. See, they want to go to the head. They don't want to serve. I've had the people, when they come in with that energy, they want to take over. It's interesting, it's like they want to come in, oh, Gaura, why don't you do it this way? Let's do it, and they want to be the head. And Prabhupada saw that with his godbrothers. Even you can look in the Veda base. Prabhupada said, the devotees came and said, well, godbrothers want to help you. Just like they did with Jesus, same thing. Judas said, oh, the Pharisees want to be your friend. They want to help you. And so the same thing happened with Prabhupada. Same thing happens here. Always the same. Prabhupada, your godbrothers want to help you. And Prabhupada said, their help is a myth. Mythological. It's not true. They want to come in and they want to get in and they want to take over. See? Take over is they want to be head. See? And that's that propensity to be important and to be a head, to be Guru, Dev, and all that. So that's why that's called religion. See? Materially motivated religion. So if you got to be ready to abandon that for the truth, if you still have faith, I don't have faith in any of those guys, none of them. There ain't one that I could say I have faith in. If you still have faith in that, you'll have a hard time here. You'll be misled, because you'll be a foot in two boats. So eventually you'll have to realize that, hey, man, that's what I'm saying is actually, this is the truth. You can't have your foot in the false ego. Those who are they're developing the false ego, and it just become more and more, their followers until it destroys the followers as well as them. Destroying means you take another birth. You don't get off the material platform. We're off the material platform, man. We're tasting the nectar of devotion, like that book. And if anybody doesn't like what we're doing and all that, well, that means you like this other stuff. You're addicted to it. You're attached to it. Too attached to it. So, okay, fine. You go develop that. We'll develop this.
Your progress grows where you are greedy.
Yeah. Yeah. And after a while, then these persons see, oh boy, we were following illusion and darkness. Guru, that's why I say you'll see some gurus will come here eventually because we do have the truth. And I know there's some sincere teachers and sannyasis and Brahmins and followers out there, and they will come eventually. Everybody's just more or less misled until you can taste this bhakti deeply. See, again, Bhagavad Gita 10:10 there, to those who worship me with loving ecstasy, true bhakti, true loving ecstasy, I give them the real knowledge, them the real understanding. They got to come here to get it. Otherwise, there'll always be a little bit unclear or a lot unclear. You got to go where this is. And I haven't seen this kind of bhakti anywhere. I just see people, no-showers. Well, it's a no-show here. Sorry. Oh, okay. Nobody gets to know what love of God is, I guess. Yeah, right. It's a no-show. Sorry. No-show. We wipe the tear off if it comes.
Yeah. So when someone wants to clarify his own path, to become more clear about his own path, he has to approach an ecstatic, conclusive, pure devotee. That's intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if that Lord will give that, if your heart is sincere, and then he'll give you what you want. If you don't want that, that's why you don't go to it. Yeah. So you notice people coming now, they see, it shows you it's very much like the preaching of Paul. Paul noticed that these Pharisees and those who believed in them weren't interested. After the certain point, no, we're not interested in that. We're going to go and do our thing, hard-hearted thing. And they said, well, I'll go to the Gentiles. But that's how automatically people that are not doing Vaishnavism necessarily. Look, Amy, where did she do? She's a waitress. Where'd she come from? Where did Christina come from? See? So anybody can come here, and the Lord knows. The Lord will draw here. All we do is just keep nourishing our bhakti here, sadhu sangha, and we're doing our videos. People run across them. Who is this? Ooh, our yoga girl. Here we go. There she is.
Hello, people.
Do your yoga. It's okay. I told her she could do her yoga here. If Richard can go and do his boxing and weightlifting and everything, she can do her yoga. So
yeah, we have a deal with Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, we got a deal.
I'm coming to classes, but I do yoga.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. It's great. Worth it. Right now we can see you. Get a benefit of your glance.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too. Yeah. Where is Shamaguri? What happened to her? Come on, man. She's there. You can do it. All right, next thing. All right, where were we? Let's see. And here in the material, the more you become greater than your friend, then you are indistinct, it says. That means you become implicated. Yeah, that's the thing, man. What are you developing? Here we're developing this, right? And this is endless. We become more free, more happy. There, you become implicated in that. You get attached and bound to it. And you just take another birth. And, even these gurus, say you develop some falsity, you got followers and everything. You might be in the mode of goodness still, and you go to the heavenly planets. There's demigods up there. They got their followers too. Okay? But they're still foolish. See, you're a fool until you worship the spiritual potency. I mean, really worship. Show Krishna that you really want that. You're a fool until you do that. And then you just always consider yourself a fool, but in the right way. There you're just a fool and you don't know it. See, until you worship this, there's less intelligent. Daksha was less intelligent until he realized Shiva's glories, till he realized, let me become a servant of a real servant of the Lord. Okay? See, Shiva was a real servant, and that's when you had to have a big fight about this. It was attached to being name and fame, and I'm Daksha. I'm Guru Dev. I have millions of followers, right? Like these gurus. Sometimes they got thousands of followers and everything. Well, he must be a pure devotee. He's got thousands of followers. Why is Guru Haridas? Why does he say, poo-poo all that? Well, that's Bhagavatam. Daksha also had thousands of followers, and he had a big false ego because of it. And he was, blah, 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 blah. Wouldn't become a servant of the servant. Shiva was a living devotee in this world. There's your test. How do you respond? See? Hypocritically is, no, I'm a servant of Prabhupada, and practically, I'm a servant of Prabhupada and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya and all that. But a devotee is here in this planet, but you, I don't like what you do. I won't praise it. I won't respect it. It's illusion. Oh, you're no real servant yet. Yeah, we pluck disciples of persons like you out. Right there, Shama Sundari. We just pluck them right out. Because they're the fruits. Pluck them.
I think they were never plugged in.
You don't deserve that beautiful fruit of Shama Sundari there. You can't treat
Guru, stop being so cute.
You don't deserve that fruit there. We're going to just take it, snatch it. And put it in.
It's beautiful privilege to go there and live and constantly holding Lord in our heart, and it makes life so colorful.
Yeah.
There is so many colors of it.
Yeah.
It's you can always rely on somebody. You are never alone.
Yeah.
And this cannot be dictated by anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, she had a great testimony yesterday she shared with me about, how she feels Krishna's presence. Yeah,
I'm not able to repeat it.
Yeah, it does. It's spontaneous. I should have recorded it. It's really nice. Yeah, I said, it's a testimony. And this is the whole thing. Tell people what you're getting, and that's what they need to hear. Devotees, they're looking where's the light, where's the path, and all these guys that don't have it, they're all standing up and giving their intellectual ideas and all that, and they pay this no mind. So as this is the witness testimonies, as you go and you share, this is what the Lord's doing in my life, and you'll feel more enlivened too. And then people will, certain people will like it. Some people throw tomatoes because they get, inside jealous, and that's good. That shows that they, jealousy means you actually want what they got.
I think the people in general, as a human being, they feel themselves safe because they feel safe when most of them think the same way.
Yeah.
And when somebody is talking about what they don't know, they just don't know, and they feel immediately unsure, and they have to attack it because it's beyond of their perception.
Yeah. That's why you got authorities. See, this is politics. Is they try to say, well, I want to people please. I just, they want to see me this way, therefore I'll show this. Jesus never liked that. He says, you want the praise of men. See, you go work for the praise of men. I work for the praise of God. See, the praise of God is in truth because, you realize that's real. That's real. This other stuff is not, it's false. It's a lie. What is this? I get the praise of people that are foolish like myself. What good? That's foolish. It's not. Praise of God is intelligent, because this gives strength. I could be alone. Jesus was thinking, hey, man, everybody left me because I'm in my truth, with the Lord. And he was in it. He says, well, they're all scattered, but I still got God. That's the way it is, it's like, be in that. Much better, stronger. Okay. So more, just like the same example, the more you increase your temperature, you are facing death. Certain temperature is required, 98 degree. But if you simply increase your temperature, it is very nice. Then 107 degree, you finish. So this material improvement means meeting death. Let us come to the point. Nationalism is competition. Which nation is greater? Now they have manufactured atomic bomb. That means the finishing point, they have come to. And, this is just so true. I mean, this was written or spoken, a long time ago, 50 years ago. And that's how you see our civilization is coming towards an end in that sense. They got technology and they're using it. They're destroying bodies now. They're poisoning people. They put fluoride in your toothpaste. Can you imagine? And as you do research on this stuff, fluoride, what it does, it dissolves your teeth. It poisons you. So if you swallow it, you'll get sick and you got to go to a doctor. Can you imagine? And they give it to kids and you swallow it naturally. So you slowly get, so they do that. They do that to the food. They do that to everything. What are they doing? See, the temperature is rising and it just starts destroying things. They start building atomic bombs. They're building all these weapons. Killing people now, all kinds of stuff, lying, cheating, all that. So it's a destructive phase. The temperature keeps rising. See, our temperature keeps going down. See, the no fever. This puts out that. Mint, right, mint. Yeah. Okay. Propensity should always remember that I shall be greater than him. I shall overlord him. Just like God brothers. The propensity is, he has become greater than us. Therefore, they are very envious. Their propensity is to become. But they could not. Therefore, envious. This materialism. This is not spiritual sense here. See, so you see, Prabhupada this was his God brothers. He's speaking about his God brothers. See, because he saw that he has become more. He was practically preaching and thousands of people coming, and they had the big plaques out, big acharya thing and everything, and nobody was coming. Yeah. So now everybody started to come to him. And they became envious and jealous instead of thinking, wow, this is really great. He has Krishna. Let us go and get Krishna from him. See, so this happens. What would happen here? This is the way if more people keep starting to come, then the same thing will happen. If you've been developing that high temperature, you'll look at this and think, I should also be like this. See, but they want to come by grabbing the head. They don't want to come by the feet, serving the feet. Okay. In the material world, spiritual world, if somebody is greater in service, others they appreciate. In the spiritual world, if somebody is greater in service, they appreciate. How great he is, how he has advanced in Krishna's service. We could not do it. The Radharani spirit, Radharani is worshipped by the devotees. Her spirit is like that. If anyone she finds a nice devotee of Krishna, she immediately recommends to Krishna. How nice is this devotee? Somebody came. Oh, it's on the bottom here. Okay. Oh, we got a new person here. Hey, welcome there, Murari. Are you new here? Have you been coming or?
I dropped in once before. The Australian that's in India at present.
Oh yeah.
Hindu Mati. Yeah. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, sure. Are you what did you go by a different name perchance?
No.
No? Okay, all right.
He's the husband of this lady, Hindu
Mati. Hindu Mati.
Yeah. They are in Mayapur at the moment, eh?
You're in Mayapur.
Navadvip,
Yes. Oh, that's right. Oh, I see. Yeah. What do you think of our crazy classes?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm sometimes a bit I'm a bit mean sometimes though, you know.
Well, I like that too.
A little saucy, you know, a little spicy.
Spice of life.
Yeah. Hey, you like these lectures with Prabhupada? You know, just using his verses.
Yes, absolutely. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
And Jesus and
Yeah. You like Jesus too, huh?
Certainly, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, that's good. All right, so where's your wife today? Is she listening also?
Oh, she's just we're going for Arati, Kirtan.
Oh.
And she's just getting dressed, and I was watching, and I thought I'd just drop in and say hello.
Okay. Yeah, great. Do you have to wear masks everywhere now?
I've been listening.
No. Sometimes if you go.
Just sometimes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll go. Okay, here. All right. So this is spiritualism. Who can give better service to Radharani? She is so great that she is captivating Krishna. So this is the miracle practically happening here, is a lot of the devotees, as they're, when you get through the jealousy phase, then you see we benefit from the bhaktis that the Lord is blessing people with here. This is great. You get out of this thing of like this. It's natural. Human beings are envious. We got it in us. So we think, oh, this person's getting ahead. But this, you get purified here. It's really great. And then you realize, oh, we benefit from Lalita Ganga's bhakti. It awakens ours. It advances ours. Oh, we get her mercy because, hey, if she shows up in Vrindavan first, she's going to think of us because we're becoming her friend. I tell you that I think it's just natural. Oh boy, there's a person, more mercy is on this devotee. Let me become friends with them. Let me, see, this is how it works. It's a family affair. I'm telling you, man, you got to be part of the intimate family of Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. And then you're in. It's just like, it's no different than the president. You become a friend of the president. And then you get in, you get through all the security guards and they get you right in. The same thing happening here. That's why you guys are getting in. You become a friend of the friends of the Lord, intimate friends. Intimate friends. Everybody, there's so many nice devotees out there, they're all, but the intimate ones. Now, if you get a little more intelligence, You want to be, well, where are the really intimate ones? What are their qualities? This is what we teach here for the greedy ones. Where are those really intimate ones where Krishna is really close? Because if they're really close, they're going to be really ecstatic to the point of they can't hold it back, man. Tears will be pouring out of their eyes. Lots of hankies, man, lots. Flower gardens watered with that stuff. Flowers of bhakti, man. Yeah, see, this is called spiritual greed. I'm glad Mariah came here. It's inspiring me to. The more new people come, the more inspired I get. It's great, man. Yeah. See? So Krishna captivates Madan Cupid. See? Cupid. But Radharani captivates Krishna. See? So in everybody, there's a little Krishna. Little Krishna in everybody. And you feel that. You realize this is captivating, this bhakti potency, more so than even Krishna. Krishna subdues Cupid and all that. But this is the transformation of Cupid in his spiritual form. Cupid is lust. This is love, true love, real, pure and all that. This is Radha, man. This is why this is Lord Chaitanya came to give Radha Bhav. This Gopi Bhav. And this is how it shows up. You start to like devotion. You become very devoted to devotion. Ask Lalita. She knows what I'm talking about. Devoted to devotion. See, that's Radha Bhav. Isn't it amazing? I'm amazed. People say the guru has to give you all this stuff. This is all spontaneous, man. You just come into a Sangha, associate, all of a sudden you get all these understandings. The Lord just gives you, it's like you enter a gold mine and you just start mining gold, and this is the gold. All of a sudden you start realizing, it's all about devotion. Krishna thought it's all about devotion. Therefore, he came as Lord Chaitanya and just was immersed in that bliss of ecstatic love. That's why he came here. He came to accept the path of ecstatic love. Yeah, chapter 3 or 4 in Adili said, I came to accept the path of ecstatic love. What about you out there? You feeling that greed? Are you here to accept the path of ecstatic love? Nobody's ever told me that it was all about that. Yes, it's all about that. That's the reason Lord Chaitanya came. What about you out there? Are you ready to be intelligent like that? You want to follow in his footsteps? He, as an example, he came to accept the path of ecstatic love. So the question is, where is it? Where is that path? Where is that door? Who is teaching that? Who is showing that? Or is it a no-show? Oh, it's path of ecstatic. Oh, no, we don't show. No. If we get a tear, wipe it, man. The Lord accepted the path and thought, wow, this is so good. Why should I keep it to myself? I think I'm going to give it out now. He was inspired. So Prabhupada, he came when I started sharing this, and people are starting to tear up, man, and cry and intoxicated. And Prabhupada, right there, it says, my approval. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. Do more of that. Now
Sorry,
it's clear. Yes?
Why they are saying in Vaidhi that you shouldn't share your bhajan or your love or your devotion because you can lose it through showing to others?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. So because they don't know. Oh, one way. Okay, there's one level you could say your bhakti is not very strong, and you have some tear and all this, and the person comes right up to you and go, rah, 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 rah. That, then it'll go, ooh, you feel, ooh, like that. So, but when your bhakti gets strong and the little barking dogs come, rah, 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 Well, the procession keeps going. Oh, no problem. Yeah, you just can't. We're here. We're showing now. We're a show, a bhakti show. We're here to show what real love of God is. That's we're here to follow that. See, you're clear, you're confident, you understand based on knowledge and experience, and therefore the barkers can't bother you.
So it's recommended to some level to protect the weak.
Protect it, yeah.
The weak bhakti,
yeah. And so there's that. And then some will just use that. They don't have any bhakti much themselves or anything, but they'll just say that when they see it. If they see it, what is this? Don't you know? It has been said before. Prabhupada said, don't show it, or this person, the guru said, don't show it. So anyway, there's all these things going on. But if you know what you're here to do, and you're just doing it, and you're in knowledge, you're in bliss and ecstasy, and and the Lord has shown you, like he's shown me and you, many of you, that this is a blessing for others. And you're going to get tomatoes sometimes, and they're going to criticize, and some people think, whoa, this is great. It's like, if this wasn't going on, Amy wouldn't have seen it. Amy says, whoa, this is what I've been looking for. This is what Jesus preached. Jesus said, hey, if you got a light, what is a light? Bliss, ecstasy, knowledge, true knowledge, essence of knowledge is light in this world. We need it. If you got that light, don't put a shade over it, man. Hang it up, man. Show it. That's been my philosophy. Go ahead there. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yesterday we had this 1.5 hour talk to Bhakta Tom, and we were one after another. We were talking, and it feels so like this, and this peaceful, and this realizations, and we were just repeated, and in so many ways, and we were so happy. Bhakta almost cried a few times. We were laughing. It was such beautiful. We were admire ourselves, and we were talking, and there is no shame, and there is no guilty. And then I was like, but if somebody from outside would hear us, they would have no idea what we are talking about. And Bhakta Tom was like, it's also written in the scriptures. And this is amazing that sometimes it's so hard. I mean, you are the boss. Guru, you can describe this bhakti so beautiful and so clear and so conclusive, but sometimes when you have this feeling, you don't know how to describe that. There are no words. There are no words.
No words.
There are no words. But somehow when we try to describe, every devotee hear this so good, so clear, yes, and we know exactly what this person mean. And we love to each other, the Lord in other person. But if somebody would hear it from outside, they would not have an idea. They would thought that.
Yeah, you guys should record that. It'd be nice to have to hear what you guys are discussing. That's that would be fantastic. Think about that next time. Yeah. Let's see what else we can squeeze out of this here. Yeah, Radharani captures Krishna. I love it, man. So the most dear, most beloved, beloved by Krishna is Radharani. She is so humble. As soon as a humble devotee approaches Radharani by glorifying Krishna, immediately she accepts. See? As soon as a humble devotee approaches Radharani by glorifying Krishna, immediately she accepts. Oh, how great he is. He is doing greater service than me. That is Mahabhagavat's darshan. Mahabhagavat sees that everyone is engaged in service. Therefore, he has no discrimination, but don't imitate like that. Well, here's what's interesting. As soon as a humble devotee approaches Radharani by glorifying Krishna, she accepts. So this is the secret here. Nobody's ever said this before. This is, the Lord just showed me this. It's a download, okay? So this is practical. You want Radharani's mercy? Do you want this bhakti? Okay. When you approach Krishna, And the way you approach Krishna is practical. He sends his devotee and he empowers that devotee with what? Sat Chit Ananda. Okay? And this is the practical way to get Radha's mercy. You approach that devotee, which is Krishna, empowered form. Okay, that's the bona fide spiritual master. That's the door. See? So when Radharani sees, oh, you're accepting Krishna, Satchidananda. Oh, okay, come on into the family. Isn't that true? Isn't that how it works here? You're accepting. See, all I've been doing since this for 20-something years is presenting Krishna, Satchidananda. That's what people, gurus even say, oh, this is wrong. This is this is that. He's imitating. He's just got this power from Shiva. Some kind of poo-pooing it, and people, I just kept on, no, Prabhupada gave the order, just keep doing this, keep doing it, the empty camera, all this, keep presenting. And all of a sudden, just a few years ago, really, some serious people came, like you guys, and said, oh, this I accept, starting to accept. And who are you accepted by? Radha. How do you know? Devotion. Who is Radha? Is devotion, real devotion. It's like River. She's reading this morning and all this beauty. She's just all, praise. You don't see often, devotees who are chanting the pranams in ecstasy with the tears coming and the laughter and all of this stuff. This is prema. This is because you approach Krishna. Practice. See, this is practice. It's not in the book. It's got to come out of the book. Not otherwise, what is it? Mythology? Oh, when Radha, nobody knows what it means. It's why practical. The Lord empowers Satchidananda in this world. That's Krishna. Yeah, chapter 1 of Adi Lila says. Go ahead there, Shyamasundar. You want to say something?
I'm just saying hello to Murari's wife.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So chapter one of Adi Lila says, when we're ready to be delivered, he comes, the Lord comes Krishna comes as the bona fide spiritual master. See, as. And what is he? You got to know, who is Krishna? What is Krishna? Satchidananda. He's real bliss. You got to see the embodiment of bliss and ecstasy and rapture. He's Chit, real knowledge that comes from that ecstatic rapture. Bhagavad Gita 10:10, to those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, that Ananda, pure. I give them real knowledge. See, check it in the word for word. Real understanding in the verse. See, real knowledge, real understanding to come back to me. That's Guru. See? That's why, you start to accept that, you get Radha's mercy to know Krishna. Now, by the mercy of Krishna, these verses start to light up. By the mercy of Krishna, you get Guru, and by the mercy of Guru, you get Radha. And then that means you get Krishna automatically. Without devotion, Krishna's there. Hare Krishna is dry. When you get a little taste, oh, that's Radha. You're getting some mercy. See? And then your realization of the glories of Krishna will increase. Okay? Is this right? Am I totally mad? Well, it's probably a bit mad. You got to be a bit mad.
Both?
I want okay. So, Bij Nariam, the Bij, you should always understand. Material Bij means the propensity to rule over this material world or be better, greater than others. See, bhakti, a lot of bij is different. See, material bij is I want to be a ruler, I want to be a king. See, here, the devotees, they rule over the world. They rule over the world by love, by bhakti, by knowledge, true knowledge. See, this is meant to rule. It rules their world. That rules my world. It's this knowledge, man. Knowledge, the information, the truth, the Bhagavatam, and the bhakti rules my world. See, and this attracts people who want that. You want to be ruled by loving ecstasy? You want to be ruled by the truth? Conclusive understanding. See, so we're ruled. See, and in this way is our freedom. See, these rulers think they're ruling. No, they're ruled. See, they're ruled by lust. This is Krishna in his prison form. He's a prison, man. He's either freedom or he's a prison. See, prison is you're imprisoned by that lust for honor, for to be something big in the world, important in the world. You're in prison. You're imprisoned by that desire. See, Krishna's freedom. No, I want to be imprisoned. I want to be in your prison of Satchidananda. I want that bliss, man. I want that ecstasy. I want this knowledge, this truth. Yeah, that's my freedom, is to be. What do you think St. Paul said, man? St. Paul was saying, hey, man, I'm a slave of Jesus and loving it. I'm a slave of the truth and loving it. I'm a slave of Radha and loving it. And I get my life from her. There's no life without her, without bhakti, without devotion. You guys know what I mean. Only the outsiders don't. What is he talking about? Ooh. Acharya Dave probably is thinking, ooh, what's he talking about? Man, this ain't Krishna consciousness. It's all about a big degree, man, and being important and having lots of followers. Ooh, I don't interested. I'll never show up at one of Gaur Hari classes. Why should I be interested in that? I have all these followers, man. I'm happy. I'm living good. I'm doing this big thing. No time to listen to these kinds of kathas here, How important is that? What are they doing? Just sitting around for 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours a day, Those guys must be an illusion or something. Yeah, we're in yoga maya and loving it. Yeah. Suppose a devotee is addressed by ill names. What does he care for it? Or if he's addressed by some good names, what does he care for it? One should be callous to these so-called good names and bad names. Yeah, see, the thing is, one should be, but it's not a should thing. You either are or you're not. If an arrow goes in, and you go like that, oh well, you'll get stronger. Get a little poison in and get stronger. Yeah, but a devotee is just naturally. That's it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking about this today. When I go to sleep and I meditate on Krishna, he's there. When I'm doing my yoga, he's there. I mean, I can connect it in every condition, in every state. And today I was memorizing. Once somebody told me, "No, you cannot wear these clothes because then people will think about this stuff, and they will misjudge you. You cannot sing like this because you are not enough trained to sing." And there was a shouldn't. And today I thought like, oh, so how can I come to Krishna like this, like not me?
Yeah, all twisted up, man.
here, I cannot move. I have to do like this. I cannot wear what I want. How can I come to Krishna? How can I be relaxed? How why he shouldn't even want to look at me when I will be so stressed?
Yeah, it's external bhakti, you know. I remember I went to sit before one of these high gurus, right? You know, I sit before a high guru, and I'm sitting there, and he's looking at me. Why don't you have 3 strands of neck beads? You know, like that. And I'm thinking,
what you don't have?
3 strands of neck beads. You know, I had 1 strand. You know, I don't even care about 3 strands of neck beads. You know, just all external, man. You know, everybody's just externally looking. T-lock straight. You know, you got to do it like this. You should. You must, and all that. That's all vibey. You know, anyway.
I had also one reprimand of your tilak. I've heard what you are doing. People are doing this for hours, and you so fast and go. Yeah.
So a lot of it's external devotional service, external bhakti. It's external. That means it's not for beginners, you know, if you're interested. I was never really interested in that stuff. Yeah. We have to meet Krishna. We all can from the heart. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, Shama Sundari, you want to read something?
Yeah. But I need a moment.
Go take your moment. In the meantime, I'll read until you get your squared away. So, because we do not belong. This bhakti yoga is killing or imploding the seed of ruling. The seed of ruling over this material world. This bhakti yoga is killing or imploding, whatever that means, the seed ruling over this material world. Exactly. So this is what bhakti does. People are ruling this material energy is ruling the world, and people just, you know, you think you're a big master, but you're not. You're ruled by this desire for the world. It makes you worldly thinking. I see this in presidents and politicians. They're so worldly. You know, they're just about the world, and maybe they have some worldly sense, but it's all worldly, you know, and a little bit for, like Trump, he has a little bit for God, but you know, it's so neophyte, and these people worship these people, you know, and that's fine when you're in the material modes of nature, but ultimately is to worship Shuddha Bhakti, worship real devotees, meditate on them, meditate on their words, you know, meditate on the truths that they speak, meditate on their ecstasy and their bliss, if you're lucky to see it. See, and then praise that. And then you're out of here, man. Then this destroys the seed of illusion. Everybody's praising material stuff, praising the material energy, praising material people, praising religious gurus, even sannyasis and Brahmins. But if they haven't realized Shuddha Bhakti, for a real devotee, they're not praiseworthy. This is the secret. See, you come here, we focus your meditation on Shuddha Bhakti and what is related to Shuddha Bhakti and Shuddha Bhaktas and the Transcendental Lord. It's all transcendental meditation here. The real one, not this one they teach in the world. This is transcendental meditation on what is actually Shuddha Bhakti. Real transcendental knowledge and real transcendental bliss and ecstasy. Yeah, this is the real secret. And you maintain your bhakti. You maintain your spiritual position in that way forever. You'll never be meditating like these. These people can't get out of being materialistic Vaishnavas. until they understand these points, okay, which we teach here. Yeah. So you let me know when you're ready there, Shama. Ooh, it's cold here. I'm 8,500 feet high. Oop, out of gas. Whew. Hare Krishna. All right. Yeah. You know what I got to do also? You know, I got to switch to my phone because I'm out of battery power and I can't charge up my thing here. So I'm going to make a transition while she's looking for a thing. Jen, Hare Krishna if you want. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna.
There she is. She's ready now.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Guru Maharaj, I just opened Antya Lila, Chaitanya Charitamrita, but maybe you have idea what is relevant.
What do you have? Adi Lila?
Antya Lila.
Antya Lila. Okay. Yeah, chapter let me see here. Just open. Just pick something. You pick something.
Okay.
We'll find relevance.
Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, all glories to Srila Gaura Haridas that you are letting us to purify and you are standing there like a tree and not judge us and just wait when we will be ready to get the message. Thank you for it. And all glories to Shri Krishna that they are never left us, although we are on such a long journey in this material world. It's nice from them. Then I will read Antya chapter 14. I'm sorry. Okay. Chapter 14, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feeling of separation from Krishna. I shall now describe a very small portion of the activities performed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his mind, intelligence, and body when he was bewildered by strong feelings of separation from Krishna. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All glories to Lord Gaurachandra, the life and the soul of his devotees. All glories to Lord Nityananda, who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's very life, and all glories to Advaita Acharya, who is extremely dear to Sri Krishna Mahaprabhu. All glories to Svarupa Damodara and the devotees headed by Srivasa Thakura. Please give me the strength to describe the character of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's emotion of transcendental madness in separation from Krishna is very deep and mysterious. Even though one is very advanced and learned, he cannot understand it. How can one describe unfathomable subject matters? It is possible only if Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives him the capability. Svarupa Damodara Goswami and Raghunatha Dasa Goswami recorded all these transcendental activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's in their notebooks. In those days, Svarupa Damodara and Raghunatha Dasa Goswami lived with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whereas all other commentators lived far away from him. These two great personalities recorded the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu moment by moment. They described these activities briefly as well as elaborately in their notebooks. Svarupa Damodara wrote short quotes, whereas Raghunatha Dasa Goswami wrote elaborate descriptions. I shall now describe Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's activities more elaborately as if fluffing out compressed cotton. Please hear faithfully this description of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic emotions. Thus you will come to know of his ecstatic love, and ultimately you will achieve love of Godhead. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt separation from Krishna, his condition exactly corresponded to the condition of the gopis in Vrindavana after Krishna's departure from Mathura. The lamentation of Srimati Radharani when Uddhava visited Vrindavana gradually became a feature of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's transcendental madness. Srimati Radharani's emotions after seeing Uddhava exactly correspond to those of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He always conceived of himself in her position and sometimes thought that he was Srimati Radharani herself. Such is the state of transcendental madness. Why is it difficult to understand? When one is highly elevated in love of Krishna, he becomes transcendentally mad and talks like a madman. When the ecstatic emotion of enchantment gradually progresses, it becomes similar to bewilderment. Then one reaches the stage of astonishment, Vaichitri, which awakens transcendental madness. Utkurna and Chitrayalpa are two among the many divisions of transcendental madness. One day, while he was reading Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, dreamed he saw Krishna performing his rasa dance. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Lord Krishna standing with his beautiful body curved in 3 places, holding his flute to his lips, wearing yellow garments and garlands of forest flowers. He was enchanting even to Cupid. The gopis were dancing in a circle, and in the middle of the circle Krishna, the son of Maharaya Nanda, danced with Radharani. Seeing this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed with the transcendental mellow of the rasa dance, and he thought, now I am with Krishna in Vrindavana. When Govinda saw that the Lord had not yet risen, he awaked him. Understanding that he had only been dreaming, the Lord was somewhat unhappy. Okay, you are there, good. I just need to check out. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his customary daily duties, and at the usual time he went to see Lord Jagannatha in the temple. As he viewed Lord Jagannatha from behind the Garuda column, hundreds and thousands of people in front of him were seeing the deity. Suddenly, a woman from Orissa, unable to see Lord Jagannatha because of the crowd, climbed the column of Garuda, placing her foot on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's shoulder. When he saw this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personal secretary Govinda hastily got her down from her position. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, however, chastised him for this. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Govinda, "O Adivasya, uncivilized man, do not forbid this woman to climb the Garuda Stambha. Let her see Lord Jagannatha to her satisfaction." When the woman came to her senses, however, she quickly climbed back down to the ground, and seeing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, immediately begged at his lotus feet for forgiveness. Seeing the woman's eagerness, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Lord Jagannatha has not bestowed so much eagerness upon me. She has fully absorbed her body, mind, and life in Lord Jagannatha. Therefore, she was unaware that she was putting her foot on my shoulder. Alas, how fortunate this woman is! I pray at her feet, and she favors me with her great eagerness to see Lord Jagannatha." Just previously, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had been seeing Lord Jagannatha as the son of Maharaja Nanda, Krishna, in person. Becoming fully absorbed in that vision, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had assumed the mood of the gopis, so much so that everywhere he looked, he saw Krishna standing with his flute to his lips. Becoming fully absorbed in that vision, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had assumed the mood of the gopis, so much so that everywhere he looked, he saw Krishna standing with his flute to his lips. After seeing the woman, the Lord's external consciousness returned, and he saw the original deity forms of Lord Jagannatha, Subhadra, and Lord Balarama. When he saw the deities, Lord Chaitanya thought he was seeing Krishna in Kuruksetra. He wondered, have I come to Kuruksetra? Where is Vrindavana? Lord Chaitanya grew very agitated, like a person who has just lost a recently acquired jewel. Then he became very morose and returned home. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down on the ground and began to mark it with his nails. He was blinded by tears, which flowed from his eyes like the Ganges. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I found Krishna, the Lord of Vrindavana, but I have lost him again. Who has taken my Krishna? Who has taken my Krishna? Where have I come? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I found Krishna, the Lord of Vrindavana, but I have lost him again. Who has taken my Krishna? Where have I come? Purport. These are the feelings of Srimati Radharani. First, Lord Chaitanya felt that he had been taken to Vrindavana, where he saw Krishna's rasa dance with the gopis. Then he was brought to Kuruksetra to see Lord Jagannatha, his sister Subhadra, and Lord Balarama. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lost Vrindavana and Krishna, the master of Vrindavana. And this time, Sri Mahaprabhu experienced Divyon Mada, transcendental madness in separation from Krishna. At Kuruksetra, Krishna displayed his opulence, whereas in Vrindavana, he is in his original position. Krishna goes even a step away from Vrindavana, therefore Kuruksetra is less important for the gopis than Vrindavana. Although devotees who worshipped Krishna in opulence, his Vaikuntha aspect, may prefer to see Lord Krishna at Kuruksetra along with Subhadra and Balarama, the gopis. The gopis want to see Krishna in Vrindavana, performing the rasa dance with Srimati Radharani. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed by practical example how one can cultivate the mood of Radharani and the other gopis in separation from Krishna. Devotees absorbed in this mood do not like to see Krishna anywhere else but Vrindavana. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lamented, I found Krishna in Vrindavana and now I have again lost him and come to Kuruksetra. Unless one is a very highly advanced devotee, he cannot understand these intricate feelings. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, however, he has tried to explain this Divyan Mada as far as possible, and it is our duty simply to appreciate it as far as possible. Therefore, the author has made the following request in a verse 11. My dear readers, simply try to hear this description with faith and with love. That will help you to understand transcendental ecstasy, and at least you will achieve love of Godhead very easily. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dreamed of the rasa dance, he was fully absorbed in transcendental bliss. But when his dream broke, he thought he had lost a precious jewel. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would chant and dance, always absorbed in the bliss of transcendental madness. He carried out the necessities of the body, such as eating and bathing, merely out of habit. At night, Lord Chaitanya would reveal to Svarupa Damodara and Ramananda Raya the ecstatic feeling of his mind. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "At first my mind somehow achieved the treasure of Krishna, but it again lost him. Therefore it gave up my body and home because of lamentation and accepted the religious principles of a Kapalika yogi. Then my mind went to Vrindavana with its disciples, my senses." This verse is clearly metaphorical. Having lost his acquired gem, Sri Chaitanya, gem or gem, I don't know pronunciation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became overwhelmed with lamentation by remembering its attributes. Then, grasping the necks of Ramananda Raya and Svarupa Damodara Goswami, he cried, "Alas, where is my Lord Hari? Where is Hari?" Finally, he became restless and lost of patience. Hey. Srila Gaura Haridas, are you there? Okay. Having lost his acquired gem, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became overwhelmed with lamentation by remembering its attributes. Then, grasping the necks of Ramananda Raya and Svarupa Damodara Goswami, he cried, "Alas, where is my Lord Hari? Where is Hari?" Finally, he became restless and lost all patience. "My dear friends," he said, "please hear of Krishna's sweetness. Because of a great desire for that sweetness, my mind has given up all social and Vedic religious principles and taken to the profession of begging, exactly like a mystic yogi. The ring of Krishna's Rasa Leela, manufactured by Shukadeva Goswami, the most auspicious craftsman, is as pure as an earring made from a conch shell. The yogi of my mind is wearing that earring upon his ear. From the ground he has carved out the ball of my aspiration, and he has taken the bag of my expectation on his shoulder. The yogi of my mind wears the torn guilt of anxiety of his dirty body, which is covered with dust and ashes. His only words are, "Alas, Krishna." He wears 12 bangles of distress of his wrist and a turban of greed on his head. Because he has not eaten anything, he's very thin. The great yogi of my mind always studies the poetry and discussions of Lord Krishna Vrindavana pastimes. In the Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures, great saintly yogis like Vyasadeva and Shukadeva Goswami have described Lord Krishna as the super soul beyond all material contamination. Lord Krishna as the super soul beyond all material contamination. The mystic yogi of my mind has assumed the name The mystic yogi of my mind has assumed the name Baula and made disciple of my 10 senses. Thus my mind has gone to Vrindavana, leaving aside the home of my body and the great treasure of material enjoyment. I don't understand, I need to repeat it. The mystic yogi of my mind has assumed the name Maha Baula and made disciple of my 10 senses. Thus my mind has gone to Vrindavana, leaving aside the home of my body and the great treasure of the material enjoyment. Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu compares his mind to one of the mystic yogis known as Baula, who makes at least 10 disciples. Baula. Translation. In Vrindavana, he goes from door to door, begging alms with all his disciples. He begs from both the moving and the inert inhabitants, the citizens, the trees, and the creepers. In this way, he lives on fruits, roots, and leaves. The gopis of Rajabhumi always taste the nectar of Krishna's attributes, his beauty, his sweetness, his aroma, the sound of his flute, and the touch of his body. My mind's 5 disciples, the senses of perception, gather the remnants of that nectar from the gopis and bring them to the yogi of my mind. The senses maintain their lives by eating those remnants.
Maybe let Tom read a little bit. You want to read a little, Tom? Okay. Thank you there, Shama Sundari. It's great.
Hey.
Let's see, it was text round 50.
Oh, yes. Yes, you start from 150.
Oh. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. There is a solitary garden where Krishna enjoys his pastimes. There is a solitary garden where Krishna enjoys his pastimes. And in one corner of the pavilion, in that garden, the yogi of my mind, along with his disciples, practices mystic yoga. Oh. Wanting to see Krishna directly, this yogi remains awake throughout the night, meditating on Krishna, who is the super soul, uncontaminated by the 3 modes of nature. Whoa. Wanting to see Krishna directly, this yogi remains awake throughout the night, meditating on Krishna, who is the super soul, uncontaminated by the 3 modes of nature. Wow, I feel focusing this way so. Wow, Hare Krishna. When my mind lost the association of Krishna and could no longer see him, he became depressed. and took up mystic yoga. In the void of separation from Krishna, he experienced 10 transcendental transformations. Agitated by these transformations, my mind fled, leaving my body, its place of residence, empty. Thus I am completely in trance. When the gopis felt separation from Krishna, wow, my tongue resists. the tongue becomes lame. when the gopis felt separation from Krishna, oh my God. When the gopis felt separation from Krishna, they experienced 10 kinds of bodily transformations. Oh my God. These same symptoms appeared in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The 10 bodily transformations resulting from separation from Krishna are anxiety, wakefulness, mental agitation, thinness, uncleanliness, talking like a madman, disease, madness, illusion, and death. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed night and day by these 10 ecstatic conditions. Whenever such symptoms arose, his mind became unsteady. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. After speaking this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell silent. Then Ramananda Rai began to recite various verses. Oh. Ramananda Rai recited verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, and Swarupa Damodar Goswami sang of Krishna's pastimes. In this way, they brought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to external consciousness. After half the night had passed in this way, Ramananda Rai and Swarupa Damodar Goswami made Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lie down on his bed in the inner room. Then Ramananda Rai returned home, and Swarupa Damodar Goswami and Govinda lay down in front of the door to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's room. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained awake throughout the entire night, chanting Hare Krishna mantra very loudly. After some time, Swarupa Damodar could no longer hear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanting. When he entered the room, he found the 3 doors locked. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was gone. All the devotees were very anxious when they saw that the Lord was not in his room. They wandered about searching for him with a warning lamp. After searching for some time, they came upon Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lying in a corner by the northern side of the Sima Dwara gate. At first they were overjoyed to see him, but then they saw his condition. When they saw his condition, all the devotees headed by Swarupa Damodar Goswami were very anxious. Oh my God. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was lying unconscious, and his body had become elongated to 5 or 6 cubits. There was no breath from his nostrils. There was no breath from his nostril. Each of his arms and legs had become 3 cubits long. Only skin connected the separated joints. The Lord's body temperature, indicating life, was very low. All the joints in his arms, legs, neck, and waist were separated by at least 6 inches. It appeared that only skin covered his elongated joints. Seeing the Lord's condition, all the devotees were very unhappy. They almost died when they saw Sri Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with his mouth full of saliva and foam, and his eyes turned upwards. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. They almost died when they saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his mouth full of saliva and foam, and his eyes turned upward. When they saw this, Swarupa Damodar Goswami and all the other devotees began to chant the holy name of Krishna very loudly into Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ear. I can only feel one thing. Where was he? Where was he? Where was the spirit of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? That's my feeling. He was not present in that external consciousness. Where was he? Oh, Hare Krishna. Where was he? After, I continue, text 70. After they had chanted in this way for a long time, the holy name of Krishna entered the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there he was. After they had chanted in this way for a long time, the holy name of Krishna entered the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he suddenly arose with a loud shout of Haribol! As soon as the Lord returned to external consciousness. Where was he? In internal consciousness. As soon as the Lord returned to external consciousness, all his joints contracted, and his entire body returned to normal. I still don't know where he was when he left external consciousness. Where was he? Hare Krishna.
He was in a devotional trance, man.
Not logical.
Yeah, remembering Krishna.
Deep communion.
So simple. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Oh. As soon as the Lord returned to external consciousness, his joints contracted and his entire body returned to normal. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami has described these pastimes elaborately in his book Gauranga Shtava Kalpavriksha. In the house of Kashi Mishra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sometimes be greatly aggrieved, feeling separation from Krishna. the joints of his transcendental body would slacken, and his arms and legs would become elongated. Rolling on the ground, the Lord would cry out in distress in a faltering voice and weep very sorrowfully. The appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awakening in my heart maddens me.
Okay, how about Lalita? You read a little bit of that. Finish it up.
74.
I try to find it.
If not, read
14.
whatever you want.
Sorry?
If not, if you can't find it, read whatever you want.
Okay. But I'm Jalila.
Chapter 14.
Chapter 14, okay.
74.
Chapter 4. And then 74. Just a second. Need to write. I'm slow.
Take your time, no problem.
I'm almost there. Glory to you, Guru Maharaj. Oh, glory to Bhakti Vedanta. Paramahamsa. Srila Gauraridas. Maharaj. Oh, glory to you. Oh, glory to Srila Prabhupada. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Jagannath Babaji. Bhakti Vinod Lord Nityananda. Lord Chaitanya. Srimati Radharani. And Krishna. Glories. I started at 70 Jaya Sri Chaitanya. Jaya Sri Chaitanya. Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra. Jaya Gaura Bhaktamrita. After they chanted it this way for a long time, the holy name of Krishna. Entered the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he suddenly arose with a loud shout of Haribol. As soon as the Lord returned to eternal consciousness, all his joints they contracted his body returned to normal. Srila Raghunath Goswami has described these pastimes elaborately in his book Kurangastava Kalpa Vriksha. Sometimes Sometimes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go to the house of Kashi Mishra. There he would be greatly aggrieved, feeling separation from Krishna. The joys, the joys of his transcendental body would slacken, and his arms and legs would become elongated. rolling, rolling on the ground, the Lord would cry out in distress, in a faltering joy, and he would weep very sorrowfully. The appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awakening in my heart matters me. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very astonished to find himself in front of the Simhadvara. He asked Swarupa Damodara Goswami, where am I? What am I doing here? Swarupa Damodara said, my dear Lord, please get up. Let us go to your place, and I shall tell you everything that has happened. Makes me think of that verse that I read in the glorification of Srimati Radharani, written by Prabodhananda Saraswati, about the author who asked, why will I forget everything? When you are in this deep, deep communion, you will forget everything, everything around you. There is nothing else but this communion then. It's the desire of every devotee. Thus all the devotees carried Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back to his residence. Then they all described to him what had happened. Hearing the description of his condition while lying near the Simhadvara, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was very astonished and he said, I don't remember all those things. I can only remember that I saw my Krishna. That I saw my Krishna. But only for an instant. He appeared before me and then, like lightning, immediately disappeared. Just then, everyone heard the blowing of the conch at the Jagannath temple. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he immediately took his bath and he went to see Lord Jagannath. Thus I have described the uncommon transformation of the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When people hear about this, they are very astonished. And that's actually, we already see that our laughter and our crying, that people are already astonished and very surprised. when the Lord enters our body, what to say about those how you mature them. How surprising is this? no, one, no one has witnessed such bodily changes elsewhere, nor has anyone read of them in revealed scriptures. Yet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Sannyasi, exhibited these ecstatic symptoms. That's why he came. That's why he came to show these ecstasies are not described in the Shastras, and and they are inconceivable to common man. Therefore, people in general, they don't believe in them. But that's why he came. It's out of his mercy that he descended in the mood of Srimati Radharani to show the highest symptoms of ecstatic love. Raghunath Das, he lived continuously with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'm simply recording whatever I've heard from him. Although common men do not believe in these pastimes, I believe in them totally. Me too. The Lord gives me the confirmation. They are so true.
Yeah, same thing with common devotees. They don't believe in them either, even though they're all in the book, and they're here. Proof is, if you believe in these pastimes, you'll see it. You'll say, "Wow, look, in these devotees, they got similar symptoms," but they don't believe in them either. Common devotees don't believe in them either. See, so how long do people want to be commoners? Gee whiz.
Oh, yeah. Just go for this love.
Let's go for this, man. This is where it's at, man. Stop being a non-believer, man. Hey, what the heck are you coming to Krishna for? It's for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, look at Amy's got it already. She just came and she's already got the right conclusion. He came to show ecstatic love and to spread it. And it's here, it is spreading. There you go. Still spreading. Now that's
River's
intelligent.
asking to come on. Sorry. River's asking to come on.
Oh, okay. All right. See, I'm on my phone, so I didn't see it. Good. You got to let me know, otherwise didn't notice. Oops. Add to the stream. Oops. There you go. Oh, and Richard too. Okay, Richard, is he there? Richard is there? Yeah, he's there. Where is he there? Is Richard here?
He's not yet here.
Okay, here, I'll put him in. Okay.
Backstage. Here I am.
Yeah, okay. There you go. Sorry about that.
Should I continue?
Okay. Yeah, definitely. This is awesome, man. Yeah.
One day, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to the sea to bathe, he suddenly saw a sand dune named Chataka Parvata. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Look at this Lalita. She is shameless, man. She has no shame at all. Shameless girl. You're a shameless girl, man. Look at this. No shame at all.
Why would I be ashamed? He mistook the sand dune for cover to the hill.
No fig leaf for Lilita.
No what?
No fig leaf for Lilita.
I don't know, understand that word.
Fig leaf in the Garden of Eden.
Oh, yeah. No, disappears if you're ecstatic. You forget everything, even you should be ashamed. He mistook the sad tune for Govardhan Hill. Oh my god. And he ran toward him. Secret happening, everything actually.
Yeah.
Of all the devotees, this Govardhan Hill is the best. Oh, my friends, this hill supplies Krishna, Balarama, as well as their cows and coward friends, with all kinds of necessities, water for drinking, very soft grass, caves, fruits, flowers and vegetables. In this way, the hill offers respect to the Lord, being touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram. Govardhan Hill feels very jubilant. Every devotee actually being touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram feels very jubilant. You've got to feel this touch, you know. You got to come in this communion with the Lord to become jubilant and victorious. Reciting this verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he ran toward the sand dune as fast as the wind. Govinda ran after him, but he couldn't approach him. First, one devotee shouted loudly, and then a tumultuous uproar across as all the devotees stood up, and they began to run after the Lord. Swarupa Damodara Goswami, Jagadananda Pandita, Gadadhara Pandita, Ramai, Nandai, and Sankara Pandita are some of the devotees who ran after after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Paramananda Puri and Brahmananda Bharati also went toward the beach, and Bhagavan Acharya, who was lame, he followed them very slowly. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was running with the speed of the wind, but he suddenly became stunned. He became stunned in ecstasy. And he lost all strength to proceed further. The flesh at each of his pores. Oh my god! The flesh of each of his pores erupted like pimples. And his hair, standing on end, appeared like a Japa flowers. Blood and perspiration flowed incessantly from every pore of his body. And he couldn't speak a word, but he simply produced a gargling sound. within his throat. Oh my God! What about these symptoms? That's really deep devotion. Oh my God, that's really deep devotion. The Lord sighed stood up and overflowed with unlimited tears. Like the Ganges Yamuna meeting in the sea. All this confluence of the Ganga Yamuna. Very ecstatic.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this whole world is protected by Lolita's laughter, man. This whole world. Much less us, you know.
His whole body faded to the color of a white nutshell, and then he began to quiver like the, like the waves in the ocean. While quivering in this way, Sri
Morning.
Chaitanya, yeah, yeah, say
How are you
it.
today? Good.
Ah, you're talking to somebody. Oh, sorry. I can't
Oh,
see
sorry.
you while I'm
Oh,
reading.
sorry. It's
No
my fault.
problem. No problem. I can't see you when I'm reading, so that's while quivering in this way. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he fell down on the ground, and then Govinda approached him. Govinda sprinkled water from a Karanga water pot all over the Lord's body. And then, taking his own undergarment, he began to fan. He began to fan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Swarupa Damodara and the other devotees reached the spot and saw the condition of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they began to cry. All 8 kinds of transcendental transformation were visible. All 8 kinds of transcendental transformations were visible in the Lord's body. All the devotees were struck with wonder to see such a sight. The devotees loudly chanted the Hare Krishna mantra near Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they washed his body with cold water. Now I need to go to another page, I think. Yeah, I think it's here. After the devotees had been chanting for a long time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly stood up, shouting, Haribol. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood up, all the Vaishnavas loudly chanted, Hari, Hari, in great jubilation. The auspicious sound filled the air in all directions. Astonished, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood up and began looking here and there, trying to see something, but he could not catch sight of it. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw all the Vaishnavas, he returned to partial external consciousness and he spoke to Swarupa Damodara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, who has brought me here from Govardhan Hill? I was seeing Lord Krishna's pastimes, but now I cannot see them. Today I went from here to Govardhan Hill to find out if Krishna were tending his cows there. I saw Lord Krishna climbing, climbing Govardhan Hill and playing his flute, surrounded on all sides by grazing cows. Hearing the vibrations of Lord Krishna's flute. Srimati Radharani and all her gopi friends, they came there to meet him. They were all very nicely dressed. That's how you do it. You dress yourself very nicely if you want to hear the flute. Strongly attracted to the words, to the sound of that word. You dress yourself very nicely. You make sure that you look as beautiful enough, Lord. You dress yourself with all the devotion you have. When Krishna and Srimati Radharani entered the cave together, the other gopis asked me to pick some flowers. Just then, all of you made a tumultuous sound and carried me from there to this place. Why have you brought me here, causing me unnecessary pain? I had a chance. I had a chance to see Krishna's pastimes, but I couldn't see them. Saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he began to weep when all the Vaishnavas saw the Lord's condition. They also wept. At that time, Paramananda Puri and Brahmananda Bharati arrived. Seeing them, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became somewhat respectful. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to complete external consciousness and immediately offered prayers to them. Then these two elderly gentlemen both embraced the Lord with loving affection. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Puri Goswami and Brahmananda Bharati, "Why have you both come so far?" Puri Goswami replied, "Just to see our dancing." When the Lord heard this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was somewhat ashamed. Then he went to bathe in the sea with all the Vaishnavas. After bathing in the sea, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to his residence with all his devotees. Then they all lunched on the remnants of food offered by Lord Jagannath. As I have described, the transcendental emotions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even Lord Brahma cannot describe their influence. In this book, Gauranga Stava Kalpa Vriksha, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami has very vividly described Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime of running towards the Chataka Parvata and doing. Shall I continue, Brother Maharaj? You want me to continue? You want me to continue?
Yes,
Yes,
why not?
please. Oop, I'm not muted.
Near Jagannath Puri was a great Sandhu known as Chataka Parvaka. Seeing that hill, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Oh, I shall go to the land of Raja to see Govardhan Hill." And then he began to run madly towards it, and all the Vaishnavas ran after him. This scene awakens in my heart and maddens me. Who can properly describe all the uncommon pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? They are all simply his play. I have briefly described them just to give an indication of his transcendental pastimes. Nevertheless, anyone who hears, yeah,
Lalita can describe them. Lalita describing them very nicely.
Nevertheless, anyone who hears this will certainly attain the shelter of Lord Krishna's lotus feet, and that's it. Because he is there in these pastimes, because yeah, that's your shelter. That's the shade where you should live in. And that's where you find him. You really find him inside. As I showed you now. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy. I, Krishna Das, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. This is the end of this chapter.
Go to the next. I feel some shelter here. I think I like to stay under it for a while.
The transcendental madness of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, let's hear about that madness, please.
The ocean of ecstatic love for Krishna.
And let's make sure we see your madness too.
The ocean of ecstatic love for Krishna is very difficult to understand, even for such demigods as Lord Brahma. By enacting his pastimes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu submerged himself in that ocean, and his heart was absorbed in that love. Thus, he exhibited in various ways the exalted position of transcendental love for Krishna. Oh, glories! Oh, glories to Krishna Chaitanya!
Isn't that what's going on here? Showing the exalted position of transcendental love for Krishna. It's the most exalted position. So yeah, it's great. Thank you for showing us the exalted position of transcendental love of Krishna. We see it's very good, but on your person, it looks like it's made you very happy. And I think a lot of us in delegation will say we also want some of that.
I can see Yamuna dancing. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
And the Yamuna, she's got it too, man. You know, look at her happy smile on her face, man.
Yeah.
Look at Govinda. Look at Tom. And We got a new man out here with the beard. Our modern day Alan Watts. You look like Alan Watts, man, with that beard. Yeah, it's great. Go ahead there, Lolita.
Okay. All glories, all glories. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. All glories. All glories to God, Nityananda. Oh, God, whose body is always filled with transcendental bliss. Oh, glories to Sri Acharya, who is very dear to Lord Chaitanya. And all glories to all the devotees of the Lord. Let it by Srivas Sakura. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forgot himself throughout the entire day and night, being merged in an ocean of ecstatic love for Krishna. And here it's said again what I said a few days ago. You forget yourself throughout when you are merged in the ocean of ecstatic love for Krishna. There is no room to think about yourself anymore. You're completely gone. You are in the transcendental world, in the kingdom of God. And the body doesn't count anymore.
This is right. This is right on the course of Lord Chaitanya. He said in chapter 4 of Adi Lila that the devotees and myself will be immersed in each other's qualities and forget about everything else.
Yeah, yeah. The Lord would maintain himself in 3 kinds of consciousness. Sometimes he merged totally, totally in ecstatic emotion. Sometimes he was in partial external consciousness, and sometimes in full external consciousness. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always always merged in ecstatic emotion. But just as a potter's wheel turns without the potter touching it, the Lord's bodily activities like bathing, going to the temple to see Lord Jagannath, and taking lunch went on automatically. One day, when Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was looking at Lord Jagannath in the temple, Lord Jagannath appeared to be personally the son of Nanda Maharaj, Sri Krishna. When he realized Lord Jagannath to be Krishna himself, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's 5 senses were immediately absorbed in attraction for the 5 attributes of Krishna. Just as in a tug of war, the single mind of Lord Chaitanya was attracted in 5 directions by the 5 transcendental attributes of Lord Krishna. Thus, the Lord became unconscious. Just then, the Uppalabhoga ceremony of Lord Jagannath concluded, and the devotees who had accompanied Lord Chaitanya to the temple, they brought him back home. That night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was attended by Swarupa Damodara Goswami and Ramananda Raya, keeping keeping his hands around their necks. The Lord began to lament. Actually, he brought his devotees, his disciples, his friends, his associates into his mood by his mercy. When Srimati Radharani was very agitated due to feeling great separation from Krishna, she spoke a verse to Visakha, explaining the cause of her great anxiety and restlessness. Reciting that verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed his burning emotions, and then with great lamentation, he explained the verse to Swarupa Damodara and Ramananda Raya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, the hearts of the gopis are like ice-standing hills. They are inundated by the waves of the nectarian ocean of Krishna's beauty. His sweet voice his sweet voice enters their ears and gives them transcendental bliss. The touch of his body is cooler than millions and millions of moons together. And the nectar of his bodily fragrance overfloods the entire world. Oh, my dear friend, that Krishna, who is the son of Nanda Maharaj, and whose lips are exactly like nectar, is attracting my five senses, my force. Lord Sri Krishna's beauty. Lord Sri Krishna's beauty. The sound of his words and the vibration of his flute. His touch, his fragrance, and the taste of his lips are full are full of an indescribable sweetness. When all these features attract my five senses at once, my senses all ride together on the single horse of my mind, but want to go in five different directions. Oh, my dear friend, please hear the cause of my misery. My five senses are actually extravagant rocks. They know very well that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, but they still want to plunder Krishna's property. You want to grab him? Lord or not Lord? There's also something that I read, was it today or yesterday, that you forget your shame, and that even Lord Chaitanya, he forgot the rules and regulations. And he showed us this. Yeah, My mind is just like a single horse being ridden by the five senses of perceptions at my side. Each sense wants to ride that horse, and thus they pull my mind in five directions simultaneously. In what direction will I go? If they all pull at one time, certainly the whole horse will lose its life. How can I tolerate this atrocity? My dear friend, if you say, just try to control your senses, what shall I say? I cannot become angry. I cannot become angry at my senses. Is it their fault? You just can't resist the Krishna's beauty, his sounds, his touch, his fragrance and taste are by nature extremely, extremely attractive. And these five features are attracted my senses, and each wants to drag my mind in a different direction. Thus the life of my mind is in great danger, just like a horse ridden in five directions at once. Thus I am also in danger of dying. The consciousness of each woman within the three worlds is certainly like a high hill. But the sweetness of Krishna's beauty is like an ocean. You can swim inside of it. Even a drop of water from even a drop of water from that ocean can flood the entire world and submerge all the high hills of consciousness. The sweetness, the sweetness of Krishna's joking words plays indescribable havoc with the hearts of all women. His words bind the woman's ear to the qualities of their sweetness. Thus there is a tug of war, and the life of the ear departs. Krishna, Krishna's transcendental body is so cool that it cannot be compared, even no, even to sandalwood pulp or to millions or to millions of boots. I expertly attracts the breast. It expertly attracts the breast of all women, which resemble high heels. Indeed, the transcendental body of Krishna attracts the minds of all women within the three worlds. The fragrance, the fragrance of Krishna's body is more maddening than the aroma of musk, and it surpasses the fragrance of the bluish lotus flower. It enters the nostrils of all the women of the world and making a nest there. This attracts them. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, I see you in the car now.
Yeah, you know, Radha asks a good question. Let's here's her question here. She asks very profound questions here. So, oops. She says, how can we see what the Lord wants us to see beyond all modern things in life? Okay, this is what the Lord wants you to see. I'll just show you. It's very easy, very straightforward. This is what the Lord wants you to see. Nothing, just look at that until the end of your life, and everything will be perfect in your life, Rade, and everybody else. That's what the Lord wants you to see. Okay, is that clear there, Rade? That's my opinion. And I think it's actually Krishna's opinion too, because that's all he wants to see also. Ecstatic devotion, man. Just look at that and everything will be perfect. There's nothing better to look at in this world. Thank you for a great question there, Radhe. Perfect question, perfect answer.
Her laughter puts me right in the zone.
Really? Oh, you see? Confirmation from Richard. All right. Yeah. So, okay, maybe I think we probably watered this good enough for a while. Unless you want more, you want to continue? You feel like continuing there, Rita?
I'm a little bit tired as well, Guru Maharaj. It's
Okay,
almost
all right.
4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours, it's it's important. Okay, so we'll see you guys later, and thank you all for watering our garden a little bit today.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Thank you.